So I think the reason why we wanted to do this is because there really wasn't a book on the PLA covering kind of nuts and bolts. This is who they are. This is what their strategy asked them to do. This is how they're modernizing, not just in the last year, but over the last 20 years. This is how they're using this military instrument that they're building. So, what do we mean when we talk about gray zone coercion in Asia? What do we mean when we say the PLA is preparing for a milestone in 2027 to be ready for war with Taiwan? What does their global posture look like? What are they doing outside of Asia? And what does the future hold? There wasn't a book that addressed this whole set of questions. But on the other hand, there was a huge demand. There was an increasing demand, certainly in DoD, for basic knowledge about the PLA. I sometimes kind of point out that if you go back to the 1980s, you pick kind of the average US military officer out, he would know something about the Soviet Union, because it had been a problem for 30, 40 years. They had a baseline understanding of the Soviet strategy and the history and the doctrine. But that's not the case today with the PLA. And part of the problem is that there just isn't a lot of good readable, accessible materials on this. You have a lot of very highly specialized writings that are niche oriented on the PLA, that are dense, that are for specialists. And you have snapshots that DoD publicizes on capabilities, but you don't have a good textbook on the PLA. And so that's what we wanted to do. We had been teaching this, both of us, me at Georgetown and Phil and I both at NDU, but we didn't even have a good course material to work with for our students in a way they could comprehend this from a low baseline. And so anyway, that was kind of what we wanted to do, is to make something accessible for the average officer of the military, but not only that, but just the average citizen who might want to know something about China and how it's trying to build military power.